Chris Sewall here, baseball card collector, investor, dealer in that order. Welcome everyone. Recently bought a collection with a ton of 1990s inserts in it, and it sort of ran the gamut from cheap stuff up to really, really high dollar 90s inserts. But what was really fun about it for me was it was from an era when I was really, really heavy into collecting. I worked at a baseball card store in the late 90s, and really the late 90s is, there were just so many card companies and so many card manufacturers, all that had licensing all at once, and so they're all competing with each other to produce sort of the next hot card or the next hot item. And so there's tons of quirky card designs and strange die cuts and bizarre card concepts, and it was just a very, very sort of creative time for the creative era for sports cards in general. So I set aside something like 25 cards here. A lot of these brands and sets have been sort of forgotten by the hobby over time, and they're not worth a whole lot, generally worth just a few dollars, although there's some that are worth a little bit more. But I set aside roughly 25 sets that cards that sort of represent the this quirky card design era, and we're going to run through them here. And this was just before autographs and jerseys were sort of becoming common on cards. So in the late 90s, the insert was really still the chase card everybody wanted. And I put a black and white background here so you can, because a lot of these cards are see-through, like this Scottie Pippen here, so you can get the full effect. Here's a 1997 Fleer Ingredient Gold Scottie Pippen, and nice looking card. 1997 Fleer Ultra Specialist Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, not that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. There was a running back named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the Dolphins in the 90s, and this card is die cut, made to look like a folder. It even has like a paperclip image there to give it the full folder effect for whatever reason. A 1997 Metal NFL Titanium Curtis Martin. You can see a die cut card. And most of the cards you're going to see on here are either going to be see-through or die cut, as that was a big thing going in the late 1990s. Next up, 1998 Skybox Thunder Quick Strike Mike Piazza. And there's like a ball in the middle with an explosion around the ball. And all sorts of die cuts going around the corners and the borders of this card. Fancy die cut card. And yeah, like I said, lots of die cut stuff going on in the 90s. Here's more examples of die cuts. This is 1997 Donruss Preferred Exponential Power, and you could get two of your same. I think you get two of the same player. Like this is obviously Tony Gwynn and Jim Thome. That's not a match, but you could get two Tony Gwyns, one of each side, and then you match them together, and they form an X for exponential power. And these cards are numbered out of 3,000. And yeah, if you get two of them, you can put them in the shape of an X. More die cut madness. This is 2000 Metal Hitting Machines. Hit Machines. Chipper Jones, and you can see the die cut of the gears in the upper right corner. But the card's die cut throughout, and like I said, quirky, unique designs in the late 1990s. Juwan Howard. This is a 1997 Stadium Club Triumvirate, and there would be like 3 players on a team in the set, and you could sort of connect them like a puzzle, and it would make one long card, left to right. This would be like the left side of the puzzle. I don't know who the other 2 bullets were, but I got Juwan Howard here. This is just a really nice looking card. This is a Z-Force from 1998, Skybox Z-Force. This is Antoine Walker, called Quick Strikes. This is actually a fairly rare insert. And the middle oval is see-through. Actually a really nice looking card. I don't know if it's showing up nicely on the screen here, but almost a refractor-ish like concept. This is actually a 2001 Fleer Ultra, the greatest hits of Ken Griffey Jr. And yeah, shaped like a record, as you can see, with the die cut like a record. And you can see they just came up with the title of a card. Hey, greatest hits. Oh, greatest hits. Record. Let's make the card look like a record. And that was sort of a very common tactic here. 2000 Pacific Crown Collection. This is In the Cage. Vladimir Guerrero, another die cut. And not only die cut, like the cage itself, that's actually like a net. It's not cardboard. The part that's actually a net is actually a net, or some net-like feel, or net-like material to give it some additional coolness, we'll say. 1998 EX 2001 Cheap Seat Treats, another Vladimir Guerrero, and you can see it's another die cut card made to look like a seat at a ball game. And you could actually fold the card down like the way you could fold a seat down at a game, and there'd be an image of Guerrero underneath there. I don't want to actually do it because it's attached, and you'd have to sort of unattach it and technically damage the card to fold it down, so I'm not going to do it. But yeah, another just sort of quirky idea. Here's an early atomic refractor, 1997 Bowman's Best Mirror Image atomic refractor, and they had this in baseball, football, and basketball. You got 4 players on one card. This one's got Terry Glenn, Tim Brown, Curtis Conway, and Herman Moore, all wide receivers. Tim Brown made the Hall of Fame. The other 3 didn't, but all 4 of them were sort of stars of their era. This is a nice looking card. 1997 Pacific Collection team checklist. This is the Colts. You got Marshall Faulk, Jim Harbaugh, and Marvin Harrison, two Hall of Famers and a future Hall of Fame coach. And there's some see-through aspect, but in the Harbaugh and the Marvin Harrison, you can see through the little footballs that they're little football windows that they're in, which is this is sort of a nice looking card. Another one that's been forgotten by time. Back to the die cuts. 1999 Metal Universe Planet Metal. This is Andrew Jones, and you can see his die cut to in the shape of a planet. And again, they probably came up with the title, hey, Planet Metal, that would be cool. Let's make the card look like a planet. And yeah, there you go. This one's kind of funny. 1997 Pacific Collection, what is this called? Cardsupial. This is Frank Thomas, but this was like a gimmicky thing. You could actually get a mini card. I don't know how you got the mini card, but you would get it in a pack. I think you wanted to get the same player, and then you could actually insert it into the back of the card. Here, I have a Ryan Klesko mini, but I think you wanted to get like the Frank Thomas mini and then put it into the mini, into the little kangaroo slot back in there. And that's what 1997 Pacific Cardsupials were all about. This is 1997 Pinnacle Passport to the Majors, and you guessed it, it's looks like a passport. It's shaped like a passport. You open it up and it looks just like a passport inside, with all his information and his pretend signature and all the Braves logo and all that. And then Chipper Jones is American, so he gets the American flag on the front. I think players from other countries got the flag of their home country on the front, just like a passport. This next one is my vote for the all-time quirkiest card concept. And it's 1999 Pacific Prizm. I think it's called Ornaments or maybe Christmas Ornaments, and the card is literally a Christmas tree ornament. It comes with the rope and everything. I mean, you're it's literally designed for you to hang onto a Christmas tree. And I've had a number of these over the years, and they're always in really really bad condition, as you can see, they're easily dinged up, and the rope itself actually sort of damages the card, which is funny. It's 1997 Bowman Chrome International Refractor. And it's, a fairly early year refractor, and I thought this was cool that it just has the flag in the background of where the player's from. Obviously, this is Donzel McDonald. I guess he's American, so he has an American flag. But yeah, wherever you're from, you get the flag of it in the background. I thought that was cool. 1987 Pinnacle. I think this is just called Pinnacle Jerseys, or I'm not sure even what it's called. But you can see it's die cut to look like a jersey, and each player had two cards in the set, an away jersey and a home jersey. This is Chipper Jones' away jersey, and I guess that's what the Atlanta Braves away jerseys looked like in 1997. Here's a 2000 Pacific Paramount Fielder's Choice, Andrew Jones, and another die cut with see-through aspects at the webbing of the glove for, authenticity effect. But yeah, this is kind of like the In the Cage we saw earlier. But yeah, Pacific did a lot of creative stuff in these years. These Topps Stadium Club Luminaries showed a basketball one earlier. Baseball did the same thing. And you would get three players from the same team, and it would form like a puzzle. And with the basketball one, it was like broken up to look like a basketball hardwood floor. This one was broken up to look like the seams of a baseball. Now these aren't a match; these are different teams. But you could get three Braves, you could get three White Sox, and make a little mini puzzle there. I got Kenny Lofton for the Braves and Robin Ventura for the White Sox. But more like super crazy die cut type stuff. And actually, these are kind of tough to get into sleeves because they have all these little divots along the edges. But this card here I don't quite get. 1998 Pacific Paramount Pro Bowl die cuts, and it's die cut in the shape of like a canoe. Like if you turn it on its side, I don't really know why it looks like a canoe. Maybe because canoes were popular in Honolulu where the Pro Bowl was. That's probably, I don't know, that's probably it. But Andre Rison was a Pro Bowler in 1998, and that's his 1998 canoe card. And who remembers the Sportsflix cards from the 1980s? You would sort of tilt the card and it would show a 1 second action. The image would change ever so slightly. You'd see a 1 second of action. So in 1989, Stadium Club came out with these inserts, video replays, and it's not showing up on camera because the frame rate doesn't work. But it's actually pretty decent. You can see Mark McGwire taking a full swing here. These never really caught on, but yeah, I mean, good try, we'll say. And last but not least, I like this card. 1999 Omega EO Portraits. It has a bunch of little pinholes that sort of form a portrait shot of Chipper Jones along the right, and they're see-through, and I don't know, a nice effect card. There are actually a number of sets that did something like this, and this was not one of the ones that people remember. There were more famous ones. There are more famous ones from the 90s, but like I said, kind of a cool insert that's more or less been forgotten by time. But that's it for now. Just some interesting 90s inserts that were in this collection I bought that don't really have a whole lot of value today, but I think represent the era pretty well in terms of their quirkiness and unique creative designs. Some that worked well, others that clearly did not. Any other '90s inserts that you remember with sort of unique or creative designs? Please leave in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. But that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you all again next time. Thanks, everyone.